The Fairy's Two Gifts. Read by Michael Caine. A fairy was once wandering around in the shape of a poor old woman. Night came on as she was going along a country road. She went past fields and woods until she came to two houses. One, large and beautiful, belonged to a rich man. The other was the little cottage of a poor ditcher. The fairy thought it would be no trouble to the rich man to give me shelter. So she went to his door and knocked. He opened the window and called out, "Who is there? What do you want?" "I have lost my way, and night is near," said the fairy. "I beg you to give me shelter." The rich man looked at her from head to foot. Then he shook his head and said, "I cannot take you in. If I let in every poor man and woman who knocks at my door, I shall soon be a beggar myself. Go your way." Then he shut the window and left her outdoors. She turned her back upon his house and went into the cottage. As soon as she knocked, the ditcher opened the door and asked her to come in. "You look tired," he said, "and it is already late. You must spend the night with us." His wife then came forward. "We have not much, good mother," she said, "but what is there we will share with all of our hearts." There were some potatoes cooking on the fire, and the woman brought out a bowl of bread and milk. The supper was good because it was seasoned with peace and content. When bedtime came, the wife pulled her husband aside. "Dear husband," she said, "let us make a bed of straw for ourselves. Then this poor woman can lie in her bed and rest. She is old, and after walking the whole day, she must be tired." "With all my heart," said the husband. The fairy did not wish them to do this, but they would not take no, so she rested in their bed, and they slept on a bundle of straw. In the morning, the wife got up and cooked breakfast. The sun shone in the room, and the faces of the men and the women were as bright as the day. After breakfast, the fairy thanked them and said goodbye. But at the door, she turned and said, "You were kind to me when you thought I was poor and could do nothing in return. To show you that I have both will and power to aid you, I will grant you 3 wishes." "What more can I wish?" asked the husband. "Then that we two, as long as we live, may be well and strong, and that we may not want our daily bread. I cannot think of a third wish." "Would you not like a new house?" asked the fairy, smiling. "Oh yes," cried the ditcher and his wife, "that we would. With these 3 wishes granted, we want nothing more." The fairy changed the old house into a new one. Then she went on her way, promising that their other wishes would also soon be granted.